first step you should take when you're decorating any room, and if you're not, it's probably costing you money, it's floor planning. And today I'm gonna go over a completely free way to do that on paper by showing you a step-by-step process of how I do it when I'm working on a room. So first we're gonna go over the tools that you're gonna need. I like to use a piece of graph paper. When you're doing a floor plan, you want to use a scale, which means that for every foot, that is 1/4 of an inch. And that just happens to be the way the graph paper is already laid out. So each little square is 1/4 inch, which makes my life so much easier. So I like to do it on a piece of graph paper, but you don't have to. The second thing you're gonna need is a ruler. You don't have to use this kind of ruler because every ruler basically has a 1/4 inch scale, because every ruler has inches on it. You need a furniture guide, and you can buy these on Amazon inexpensively. I'm holding up this one because be really careful when you buy them, because many of them are in centimeters, like this one, which is completely useless in the US. So you want to buy one that is a 1/4 inch scale. And if you don't want to buy one, look in the description. I've got a link where you can download one that I've drawn, printed off, draw my king size bed to a 1/4 inch scale, and then I can just slide it around the room. But first step you're going to want to take is to measure the width and depth of your room. So after you measure the length and width of the room, sketch it out roughly on a piece of paper, but you're going to want to make a note of where the doors and windows are in the room, because that's going to be important later. And if there's an opening, just make sure that you sort of sketch it out by hand. Third step is you're going to get the exact dimensions on a piece of paper. We're going to start off with 15 inches by 15 inches. So I'm using my 1/4 inch scale, and the nice thing about this ruler is that it tells me where 15 feet is. So I know that my room, that's a 15 foot by 15 foot. I always start by just drawing the room as a square, and then I go back and put the windows and doors in, just because that's easier. I have my sketch to look at. Doors kind of just right here, and I know there's a window 4 feet in, window like that. Then I also know that this wall is a lot of windows, so I'm going to it's actually 3 separate windows, but indicate that it's a window, but you don't have to. It just kind of helps me visually. Right here is another door, and I'm not drawing that very neatly. And then there's another opening right here. It's about like that. But this one is actually an opening to the dining room. So you can see how quickly the space comes together. So now that I've got my room sketched out, I want to show you a concept that designers like to use, and that is balance. And I drew these little hash marks in to divide the room into 4 quadrants, because one of the things you want to keep in mind as you're arranging the furniture is that you want to have a little bit of balance in the space. I like to start with the biggest pieces first, and for most rooms, most living rooms, which this is, that is a couch. And so when I walked into the room, it was arranged like this, basically. But you can see this room doesn't have a lot of balance. All the furniture is on one side, and there wasn't a great place to watch TV. She didn't want the TV in front of these windows. So what we decided to do instead was to move the couch out here, and instead to try placing the furniture more like this. However, this is a path of travel right here, and so that's a little tight. So we're not going to want to do that. We're going to put the TV on this wall right here. TV, because that's really the only good wall for the TV when you look at it. It can't go on this wall because there's a window. It can't go on this wall because there's a window. And this wall is mostly openings. So really the TV does need to go there. And what I'm going to do for a chair, it's not a huge space, is I'm going to snug a chair up over against this. And then I'm going to put a coffee table in like that. But the other great thing about this is when I'm trying to figure out what size rug, this is the greatest tool, because I've got 2 cutouts for rug sizes, and I can quickly and easily move my furniture out. And so you know you want all of your pieces of furniture to sit with at least their front legs on the rug. So if I get this size rug, I can put my couch like this, with my coffee table here, with my chair here, with my other chair here, and I don't need my TV to go on the rug. So really, I either need to go like this, and then the path of travel will be kind of off the rug. That's probably what I would do for this space. Let's see what it looks like with the 9 by 12. A lot of times when I see the biggest mistake that people make or the regret that they have about their space is that they get a rug that is too small and it makes your room look less cozy. And it makes it look like you just didn't want to pay for the bigger rug. And a lot of times getting a little bit bigger rug is not that much of a price difference. So if I want an even cozier feeling, I would go with a rug like this, because then when you walk in, you're walking mostly on the rug. So in this case, you could really go with a 9 by 12 or an 8 by 10. But I want you to see how great it is having these things that you can slide around in your room and see, oh, that doesn't work. Oh, that does work. Oh, an 84-inch sofa is the biggest I can really use in this space. And I have room for a little coffee table maybe behind it. That even adds more balance to my space. So I hope you see that printing out these little cutouts is a really great way to plan your space. And now I know exactly what I need when I want to go shopping. So I don't spend money getting the wrong size and then having to take it back. I know the sizes that I need that fit my space. So be sure you take this first step when you're working on any room, and visit the link below to print out the free furniture template.